Blake Chadwick alongside Jerry Stephanitsis. And we saw in that opening contest, Sean Denny and Brandon Scott on the losing end of things. They will now be numbers 1 and 2 in the Liberty Lottery Delayed Entry Battle Royal coming up a little bit later on tonight. While True Talent Bobby Shields alongside Spencer Chestnut found a way to gain that the win and gain that 20th spot in the Battle Royal. As the reasons coming out here, that attitude change we've seen here over the last month in VCW, attacking USJ on our road to the Liberty Lottery after their tag team matchup against the Firm. And now the reason, Jerry, with this new attitude, is going to try to come out here, not only eliminate USJ, but gain that brand new, beautiful Liberty title belt.
He needed an attitude adjustment. You want my opinion? The reason was waffling along in the mid-card of VCW. He was shaking hands and kissing babies, but where did it get him? The man's never had a championship. He turns on Jay Steele and gets a championship match.
George Panthers does grant him that Liberty title match, and it's going to be very interesting to see if he's going to be able to be the first man to knock off USJ in nearly a year. And here he comes from the Fortress of Solitude, USJ Steele, and you see it around his waist, Jerry, that beautiful, brand new United States Liberty title. And I'll tell you what, I said at the top of the show, but I will put that belt against any championship around. That is one of the most beautiful straps I've ever seen. As USJ posing for the crowd here in the Norfolk Masonic Temple, really filling up for the biggest show of the year, near capacity crowd.
Blake, the reason's got the microphone.
Hey, Jay, listen up, man. Last show I might have been a little overzealous in my attack you from behind.
Just a little, not much.
That's your opinion.
And I thought maybe you would calm down by now. And maybe after tonight's match, we can leave here with some honor. Maybe even as friends again. What do you think?
I don't know if I'm going to believe what the reason's saying here.
That's very nice of him. That's how nice that is.
After that complete barrage of
what a sportsman.
After that barrage of chair shots last month, certainly if I'm USJ, the last thing I want to do is befriend the reason once again. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
Blake, WWJD, that's what people say. Everybody forgives. If you're a real man, it takes a real man to forgive somebody.
Bell sounds, this one's underway. Our first of 4 championships to be decided. The United States Liberty title is on the line. USJ, and the reason is he taking him down with a clothesline and a big scoop slam. Referee Kevin Burr assigned to this contest, as USJ now going to back the reason into the corner, and right as he was trying to fire away on him, the reason gets him with a thumb to the eye.
You know what the J stands for, right? Jerry.
Would you stop? What would Jerry do? Probably back out of his match. But that's neither here nor there. As USJ is going to build some momentum, he's going up the ropes. Oh, and USJ going for that suicide dive, gets cut off at the pass by the reason with that big right hand. Oh, here he comes right by us. And USJ right into that steel ring post. No padding or protection there to help him.
Watch out.
As they're coming over by us, the reason clearly showing that he wants nothing to do with USJ in terms of friendship.
I'm an injured man. I don't need this stress.
But if you notice, Jerry, the count's being put on by referee Kevin Burr. If he does get to 10, the reason won't be able to win that title here tonight. And that's something that's got to be in the back of his mind. And listen to that knife edge chop ringing throughout the Norfolk Masonic Temple.
These guys are just beating. I mean, you know, this has gotten really personal, Blake. You know, and it was personal because Jay Steele stole the pinfall victory over John Kerman from The Reason. That's why it's personal.
That's hearsay. But of course, The Reason and John Kerman, along with the firm in general, have had their issues over the last 6 or 8 months here in Vanguard Championship Wrestling. But The Reason quickly shifted his focus just last month here in the Temple.
Look out.
To USJ in that Liberty title. As you pointed out, Jerry, The Reason yet to win a championship here in VCW. And now he's going to town on USJ. Referee Kevin Burr now at 5. USJ certainly wants to retain that championship, but he also wants to win the match, and he doesn't want to lose this one by countout. And the Reason's starting to build a little momentum here, Jerry. He's going to hit the ropes. He goes off. Oh, and he slides underneath, and USJ kicks him right in the midsection. Stopping away on him is USJ. And Reason! Shades of you last month, Jerry.
What is that supposed to mean?
The leg is swept, and USJ falls back first on the ring apron. He's going to hit the floor. USJ, of course, we saw with Travis Bradshaw when he was presenting him that U.S. Liberty Championship, mentioning those neck injuries from about 4 years ago. His neck is back to full strength, but you have to imagine there's always going to be lingering pain there, and the Reason's going to try to go to town and focus on it here, and he's going to ram USJ right into the ring apron as he sends it back into the ring, and it looks like USJ might have roughed up his shoulder a little bit.
You know, I have it on good authority that the Reason's been training with Cobra Kai. Did you know that?
Oh, would you come back to reality?
Sweep the leg.
And now the Reason choking away on USJ. He does have 5 seconds to break, but if he wants to walk out of the Masonic Temple, the United States Liberty Champion, he's going to have to stop these underhanded tactics.
Underhanded. Blake, the man stole a pinfall victory from the Reason. That's underhanded.
The team won is all I know. As John Kerman submitting to that torture rack.
You know, there are some things that are more important than a shallow victory. And what's more important is getting the better of someone you've been trying to get the better of for a year.
And now the Reason once again going to town on that neck and throat region, pulling him back there on that top rope. And hopefully for USJ, he can stay protected. As you got to think the health has to be in the forefront of USJ in this one. And if you notice, Jerry, looking at USJ, possibly in the best shape of his career, extremely lean, maybe as toned as he's ever been, in preparation to perhaps go the distance with the Reason tonight. And the Reason right there.
Well, Jay Steele definitely takes his physique very seriously.
Going to catapult him there, throat first, right into that bottom rope. And the Reason really working over that neck and throat region of the United States Liberty Champion throughout this contest.
But you know what he hasn't taken seriously enough? He hasn't taken the Reason seriously enough, and that's showing off right now in these moments of the matchup.
Well, USJ never really considered the Reason as a contender for his title throughout the last year. Of course,
why shouldn't he? Why shouldn't he?
The Reason has picked up some wins, and he does make a valid point. He should be in consideration, but if you're going to be on the same side of a tag team match, if you're going to be friends, you have to understand that you have to wait your turn in line. And when USJ won that Liberty Championship in this building 1 year ago from Diamond Victor Griff, he has knocked down all challengers that have come in front of him, and he walks right into a power slam as the Reason they want to, but he doesn't hook the leg and only going to get a near fall.
If you wait in line long enough at the soup kitchen, you'll eventually starve to death, Blake. You can't wait forever. There comes a point in time you got to kick the door down and say, give me what's mine.
And like him or hate him, the Reason took the bull by the horns and is now in position to possibly win his first taste of gold in Vanguard Championship Wrestling. And now looks like almost a modified Cobra clutch here.
Taking the bull by the horns, like you said.
From our vantage point, he is not choking out USJ. USJ with that hand underneath the throat.
Well, that's a legal hold.
It is legal from our vantage point. As referee Kevin Burr allowing this one to continue. USJ firing out here. Oh, and the Reason just cuts him off once again with that vicious back elbow. Like him or hate him again, Jerry, the Reason really picking up the intensity here in this contest.
I don't see how anyone couldn't like the Reason. The man stomped USJ into the mat and then basically came out here tonight and said, you know what, I forgive you. How can you not find that admirable?
Again, it remains to be seen how honest and genuine the Reason really was when he was reaching out to USJ prior to this match starting. And now he's trying to goad him and teasing him, if you will. Doesn't look exactly like best friends from this vantage point. Oh. And the Reason once again with that knife edge chop. And he's going to send him for a ride. And USJ coming back there with that diving clothesline. That could be 1 for 10, Jerry. Oh, and the sledgehammer is going to take him down. USJ sends him for a ride to the opposite buckle. The Reason pops out. High elevation with the big back body drop. And down goes the Reason as USJ back to a vertical base, but the Reason hits the floor, and USJ not going to be able to win the match in the middle of the ring like this. As frustration starting to set in here for the reason. As could the second time be a charm here, Jerry, for the suicide dive. Oh, he's gonna nail him.
Good Lord.
And USJ overshoots him. And he might have hit the neck on that rail. But USJ, like he shot out of a cannon right there.
That was ridiculous. He might have knocked himself out, Blake, on the guardrail.
USJ, no one ever doubted his heart, and no one ever said he didn't go all out. As all of the injuries he's suffered throughout the course of his career is because he goes 110%. Oh. And there's a near fall. And now USJ is going to have to dig deep. What else can he do to possibly ground the reason in this very intense, highly contested United States Liberty title matchup? Once again, Jerry, the biggest show of the year, Liberty Lottery, and this packed house in Norfolk, Virginia, in for a treat right here in only our second matchup. 6 matches on the docket tonight, 4 championships, that Liberty Lottery Battle Royal, and USJ's got him here, Jerry. Oh, there's the slam of solitude. Can he make the cover? Hooks that inside leg, 2. Whoa! And 2 3/4 right there.
That was impressive. That was impressive. Not many men kick out of the slam of solitude.
And speaking of impressive, Jerry, he hit him with the slam of solitude. Can USJ get the reason up in that rack of steel, that human torture rack that he likes to finish opponents off with? That's how he made John Kermit submit just about a month ago.
Put the reason in the torture rack? I'd like to see that. No way.
As if USJ can do it, you gotta think it's gonna be curtains for the reason. As that forearm right to the back keeps USJ in control. And just driving those knees right into the midsection here. Irish whip. And the reason, he's going to roll him up. USJ, the momentum takes him out. Oh! And he pops him right there with that running knee right to the face.
He's got to make the cover. That's going to be it.
And Reason now, can he get over for the cover? He's a little dazed. And if he makes the cover, Jerry, can he hook that elusive leg? 1, 2, doesn't hook the leg, and USJ kicks out at 2 7/8.
He took too long to make the cover. You know, he didn't hook the leg, like you said. If he had done that, that would have definitely been the end of the match, and we would have had a new Liberty champion.
As both men here trying to crawl back to a vertical base, the United States Liberty title hanging in the balance. As the Reason, we saw it last month, Jerry, it was post-match. He grabbed the steel chair.
No.
This match, normal regulation rules, there's no reason he wouldn't be disqualified if he gets the chair involved here. And the Reason looks like he's trying to set up that chair as Jay Steele going after him here. Oh, and the Reason's going to drop him throat first across that top rope. Once again, working on that injured neck of USJ. Turns around. Reason puts him in position. He did this last month, Jerry, that power bomb.
Oh, no.
USJ's trying to fight out of it. Oh, he's going to. He does. The Reason, they bump into each other.
But it killed him.
And he nails him there with that kryptonite kick, and he's calling for it. The rack of steel. He's got him up in the rack of steel. Wait, what the hell are you doing? Here comes Wolfbane. Here comes Wolfbane. Why are you leaving the broadcast booth? What the hell is Jerry Stephanitsis up to? He's limping around here. Wolfbane's out here. The referee not calling for a DQ. Wolfbane has not made any offensive moves. Jerry Stephanitsis has left the broadcast booth. It looks like he slipped the Reason part of his cane. And the Reason there just hits him in the back. Looks like some sort of brass knuckles or something. And the Reason there with a brain buster. 1, 2, no, 3, and the Reason has won the U.S. Liberty title. You have got to be kidding me. Jerry Stephanitsis leaves the broadcast booth. Wolfbane comes out of left field. And in what seems to be the unveiling of a master plan, Jerry Stephanitsis and the Reason are now together as one. Ladies and gentlemen, I am nearly speechless as the Reason tries to befriend USJ prior to this contest after attacking him with the steel chair just last month. Folks, I am absolutely shocked that Jerry Stephanitsis, you thought he had enough with RH3 in the Commonwealth title. You thought he had enough with his gym buddy Wolfbane. But now the Reason and Jerry Stephanitsis have joined together, and we have a brand new Liberty champion, as the curse of the Liberty title has hit year 4 here in VCW, as for the 4th consecutive year, the Liberty Championship has changed hands here at the Liberty Lottery. Jerry Stephanitsis, RH3, Wolfbane, and now your brand new United States Liberty Champion, The Reason.
That's right, Nate.
Unbelievable. What the hell?
I'll see you later.
What are you? As Jerry Stephanitsis
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the new Liberty champion, The Reason.
adding insult to injury, forcing ring announcer Brandon Matheny to make the call one more time. As USJ Steel, nearly 1 year to the day, he won that Liberty title. He didn't just lose it, he gets it stolen from him by Jerry Stephanitsis and The Reason.